Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine, or BME for short. And today we're going to talk about on the show is how you can evaluate your website and identify how to increase your conversions. Because all of us, if we invest in a website, if we put landing pages up there, if we put something out there, a destination where we want people to go to opt in, to engage with us, or to learn more about us, we want to make sure that they actually take the next step and contact us or engage or take that next step to opt in. And there's some simple things that you can do that can drive up your conversions. And we're going to talk about that on the show. So stay tuned and I'll break it down for you. As I mentioned on earlier episodes this week, here at Business Marketing Engine, we kind of break down, there's three main components to marketing campaigns in this space. One is, what's the destination we're driving people to? Are we sending them to a page on our website, a landing page, some other place? Where do we want people to go when they learn about an offer? And the second thing is the content. What content will be on that page? What content did you use to drive people to that page, whether it's ads or social media content or emails? And then the third thing is traffic, because sometimes your organic content is driving traffic, oftentimes paid traffic and other paid forms of advertising are driving that traffic. But we essentially look at things and say, you have destinations, you have content, and you have traffic. Those are the main three components that are foundational to a successful marketing campaign. And so what we're giving away to the listeners of the show this week is a free conversion rate optimization call, or a CRO call. If you're interested in having myself or one of the team members look at your site, your landing pages, anything that you're driving traffic to, and review that with you and show you ways that you can improve the conversions, then all you need to do is message me, CRO call, in a message, and one of our team will reach out and get that set up. Or if you're listening to the audio version, go ahead over to businessmarketingengine.com, use the contact form there and say you want to schedule a free CRO call, and we'll happily schedule that for you. And so as we think about evaluating your website, your landing pages, and figuring out what will increase conversions, one of the first things that I like to look at with people is, with your website, that's typically going to be more general information. Your homepage will have different things about you, the services you offer. You'll have navigation to about us, your blog, contact us, services, things like that, right? Or here's the products and other things that we offer. And even on a homepage that has a lot of different information, you can actually increase the conversions on that if you start to focus that homepage into one kind of primary next step that you want somebody to take. And as we start to kind of dive into the changes or the things that you can do that will optimize the conversion. So when somebody's viewing your page, the conversion is when they're going to click through and fill out a form or chat with you or call your phone number or whatever it might be. That's when they're taking the next step of engagement. One of the first things that will help you be successful in this is truly step outside of yourself, step outside of your business, and view your site, your landing page, anything where you're sending traffic, and ask yourself, if I was brand new here and I knew nothing about my business, and you can imagine yourself being your best customer that you have today, what's the first thing that I would see? What questions would I have? And would what's being displayed in the videos and the copy and the presentation of this destination where I'm sending people to, what's going to be their reaction? Are they going to feel like, man, this is exactly what I want and need, and so I want to take the next step? Or this feels like they're a trustworthy company. They clearly understand my problems, and so I want to talk to them about solving my problems. Or if you've looked at your site, like I've looked at my site sometimes, does it feel like there's information all over the place and there's not a clear message, and it doesn't really clearly state, you have this want, we can help you fulfill that want and that desire? Then it means that you're a normal business owner, just like me, and you've probably put a lot of information out there, and you may have put that information out there from your perspective. And the change that we want to make in our marketing is we want to be able to speak in a way, with our videos, with our content, with the design, everything we put out there, we want to speak in such a way that it is easy for our prospect to understand, oh, here's what they do, and they can help me solve this problem that I have or this desire that I want to, fulfill. And so by just intentionally kind of changing states, looking at things from your prospect and your customer's perspective, that's the foundational mindset that we need in order to actually increase conversions. Once you're looking at it and truly saying, what would it be like to be my customer, or my prospect, and even like bringing in customers that you've worked with and said, what do you think of our site? Or does this really speak to what we do? Then you can start to make changes. And one of the things that I learned years ago, and I really enjoyed going through this process, and I agree with a lot of the principles that you kind of talked about, is Donald Miller talks about in his book, Story Brand. He talks about how it's our job to guide our prospects to the ultimate destination that they want to go to on their journey. And if we are taking that mindset, when we hit a landing page, when we hit a home page, we want to know, okay, if somebody's searching for this solution to their desire, to the problem they have, then how can we make it really clear that here is the simple next step to take? And also, how do we get inside of our prospect's head and really think like them? So if you are, looking for a new service, or you've had a problem, in your business or around your home or something you're trying to solve, there's some things where you want to immediately have a conversation, you want to know the details, and you want to get solved immediately, right? So let's say your hot water tank blows up today, you got water all over the basement. You are going to talk to the first plumber that can get to you as quickly as possible, and that's all that matters. And so most of the time for our clients in the home services space, we are getting a lot more phone calls than we are form submits on the website. Because again, if your hot water tank blew up today, you want to talk to somebody. You don't want to email or text them. Typically, you want to say like, hey, I need help right now. It's a high pain problem. But if we think about something different, like maybe you've been thinking about, man, it's time to plan that big family vacation, that I was been considering for a few years. And like, everything seems like it's a great time to start planning this. You don't necessarily need to have a phone call today, but you probably start looking at like destinations you want to go to. Maybe you consider using a travel agent. Maybe you're looking at, what site should I book through? And you're going to start browsing and looking for information. You're gathering information because you're not in the headspace where you need to make an immediate decision. So identifying where the majority of your prospects are at when they visit your website is the first thing, because if they're in the information gathering stage, then on that landing page, on that homepage, a great next step for them is to have, opt in, and you can watch this 3-minute video that explains our process and how we can help you achieve this goal. Or opt in, and we're going to give you this simple 10-step checklist that you can use that will help you to, progress in your journey of solving the problem. So if we think about that and we realize that our prospects are not in hyper buying mode, or they don't need to have a conversation immediately, then what's the next step we can offer them that will serve them well? In addition to that, though, even if that's where you feel like most of your prospects are at, there are going to be a handful of people that want to have a conversation right now. Just earlier today, I had a call with a prospect who, saw our site, picked up the phone, called, and scheduled a meeting. Like they wanted to have, a conversation right away, and they didn't bother filling out a contact form or anything like that. So even though you want to focus the majority of your website, your pages, and where you're sending people to the standard buying behavior that you think your prospects have, make sure that there's an alternate. So in our case, there's phone numbers on our website. You can click and call, you can have a conversation. And so it's always a good idea to have a phone number that somebody will actually pick up, by the way, not just sending them to voicemail, because people aren't going to leave voicemails. So have a phone number that actually rings to a real person. That's a great way to increase conversions. The first thing we talked about is having that clear next step that will educate them, solve some of their problems, whether it's a download, a checklist, a video, but make sure it actually solves their problems and helps them understand the value that you can bring. And those are two simple things you can do. The third thing that's valuable to do once you do have some traffic coming in is using a tool. There's a tool called Hotjar. There's multiple other ones, but Hotjar and other competitors like them, what they do is they track the heat mapping of where people's mouse goes. And typically where somebody's mouse is where their eyes are going. And so you can actually track the interaction on your landing pages, on your homepage, things like that. And you can determine, man, most people end up hovering and watching this video, or most people come to our homepage and immediately click to our services page. So maybe we should make more services on our homepage. You can track that, behavior from heat mapping, as well as some other analytics tools that will then identify, like, here's where people are really going. And so by the main point of what we're talking about today is take a step back and really start to view things from your prospect's perspective, from what your ideal customer wants to see. And that is going to be the mindset that allows you to make changes to your homepage, to your copy, to the messaging, to the next step that you're asking people to take, which will increase your conversions. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, if you would like us to look at your website, your landing pages, anything that you're running traffic to increase your conversions, we are offering a free conversion rate optimization call, or CRO call, to the listeners of the show this week. So you can message me, CRO call, and then we'll schedule something, or you can visit businessmarketingengine.com, fill out the contact form there, and say that you want to successful in all of your lead generation efforts. And so I look forward to connecting with you soon. And of course, I'll see you on tomorrow's episode.